Welcome to History According to Bob, the enhanced YouTube version. This show today is again designed to go with the audio podcast that I did on the Battle of Chattanooga, which is in 3 parts, which can be found on the website historyaccordingtobob.com in the archive section. And as long as this particular video or enhanced podcast is up, those will always be in the archives section. So here we are at the Battle of Chattanooga, which actually it takes 3 days. There's the initial attack in the very front of the range, then there's the attack on Lookout Mountain, and then there's of course the big day. And you'll see that the Union general is of course General Grant. You've got General Sheridan, General Hooker, and General Sherman, which is a pretty good array of troops. And then, of course, Confederates have poor old General Braxton Bragg, who just has all kinds of problems with his people following his orders. So the Union certainly has a much stronger command corps, if you will. And again, here's the situation as far as troop strength is concerned. You'll see in January the 1st of 1863, and of course it will continue to deteriorate as the war goes on. And of course this is a view of the topography associated with Lookout Mountain, but you can see Chattanooga, and you can see Lookout Mountain, and then you of course have the various locations where the fighting takes place just above the city of Chattanooga. Now, if you want to go up Lookout Mountain, I highly recommend taking the incline railway. This is a nice view of just how steep it is to get up Lookout Mountain, and it's pretty easy going up. It's a little scarier going back down, but it's a cog railroad, so you're in pretty good shape. But again, the difficulty of the Battle of Chattanooga is, of course, how so few Confederates were left to defend this very important position, and held out against thousands upon thousands of Union troops. Now, this is a view of Lookout Mountain from the river. They have a nice steamboat ride that goes right up to the base of Lookout Mountain. So it makes for a beautiful view, if you will. But imagine Union troops going up the face of this thing to attack the Confederate position. And then this is a view from up on top of Lookout Mountain, looking down on the Tennessee River and Chattanooga. And of course, they've had the cannons pointed in different areas. And this one, you can see how it really overlooks the city. It's really an incredible place to go and visit. It has its own climate. There's 2 separate weather reports. There's the Lookout Mountain weather report, and there's the Chattanooga weather report. And then here you have the picture of the fighting at the Battle of Lookout Mountain from the Civil War era. So it's actually called the Battle Above the Clouds, is what they're making a reference to. And at the very top, you have the Craven's house, which is located here, and which was kind of where the last stand took place, the Confederates, before retreating. Now, the rest of the Battle of Chattanooga, of course, is then fought with Missionary Ridge, and here is it's actually, this is the Chickamauga River or Chickamauga Stream. You'll see one of the rail lines that goes over it, and then here this shows they actually have a local railroad group that runs excursions that actually go through the tunnel that the fighting was really about, to hold this position. And this is a picture that was taken. I took it in the back car looking at this railway tunnel, which was key because this is the road that heads down to Atlanta, and you really didn't want to lose this under any circumstance. So that's where a lot of the fighting takes place on the 3rd day, although the main part of the fighting is going to be actually taking the ridge. And of course, here is again a painting from the era showing the battle of, call it Mission Ridge or Missionary Ridge, where again the first day they took the base of the hill, and the intent was to come and flank it. Well, that wasn't possible. And you see Lookout Mountain in the background, and so that was supposed to be kind of a diversion, but in the end you're going to have troops attacking the other flank from Lookout Mountain, and the main Union attack is going to go straight up that ridge. And of course, if you look at it you go up there, this is the view from the Confederate position. But if you remember from the podcast, the Confederates constructed their defensive lines not on the military crest of the hill, which is the maximum view for shooting an enemy in defending a position, but on the geographical crest, which cut down on their vision considerably. Still, coming up that ridge to attack, here's another view, is pretty gutsy performance. So there's quite a bit involved with this particular area. So you can drive along the top here and you get all kinds of really good pictures. Now, one thing that's not associated with the Battle of Chattanooga, but I wanted to show you, in the National Cemetery there in Chattanooga is this special monument, this Ohio tribute to the men on the Great Train Chase. And so they have this, you go along and you see everybody has pretty much the same kind of tombstone, and then you see this thing. Actually, you can see it from the highway. And when you drive by, which is what drove me to come back and go, what in the world was that? And then if you look, there's the graves of some of the people that were involved in that, and then of course you see the standard graves. There's quite a few really good-looking views of the city and everything from this particular center. And of course Chattanooga is where they have the Museum of the Medal of Honor winners as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a kind of a quick glance at some of the points of interest that go along with the Battle of Chattanooga in 3 parts podcast to give you kind of an overview of what the terrain looked like. And of course, as always, don't forget to come by the website, which is summahistorica.com or historyaccordingtobob.com, and ask a question. Leave a comment. I certainly hope you enjoyed this. There'll be a lot more coming. I've been a little delayed getting some of these up, but I hope you enjoyed that, and check out the CDs that I have that are available for sale, and thank you very much.